Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Hey, yeah. So yesterday, Good Burger 2, the long-awaited sequel to the beloved Nickelodeon movie Good Burger, dropped on Paramount+.
The new adventures of Ed and Dex starts now! Sorry. The new adventures of Ed and Dex starts now!
Shout out to those who allegedly pulled up to my live stream last night when I allegedly hosted a watch party for it. And I can honestly say that as far as reboot, sequel situations go, I enjoyed every second of this. Going into this movie, I was excited and I had but one expectation for it. I certainly didn't have any doubts about it sucking or being cringe like many other reboots and sequels. Simply because for me, knowing that Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell were producing it was enough for me to throw my full faith behind it. And in my opinion, that faith paid in dividends. As far as the plot goes, it was exactly what it needed to be. A big corporation coming in to try to franchise the Good Burger restaurant, and the twist that comes into play about the intentions behind it is a much better plot than, say, Good Burger is going out of business and the only way to save the restaurant is to host some super 90s throwback block party that's only really fan service. And I'm personally glad that the movie wasn't just that, a fan-servicey movie that banked too much on its nostalgia. Sure, there were callbacks and nerdgasmic references to the first Good Burger, Kenan and Kel, and All That, which Good Burger is spawned from. And it makes sense seeing how former Nickelodeon writers of All That and Kenan and Kel were involved in this movie. But that didn't carry the movie. What carried the movie, much like anything that Kenan and Kel was a part of, was Kenan and Kel. Their chemistry, their comedic timing, their dynamic is just as good here as it was 20-odd years ago. And yes, this movie was funny. This movie had that old school Nickelodeon humor that you just missed.
You guys serve veggie burgers?
I can serve anything on the menu. Good Burger! It's fried!
But there's ice in here.
No problem, dude. I'll get you another one.
I compared this movie to the Mighty Morphin Once and Always special that dropped on Netflix early this year, which I totally forgot to review. Because in both cases, there was more of a focus on the evolution and the integrity of their respective properties and not the stagnation of it, if that makes sense. And going back to the plot a little bit, there's a bit of irony in the idea that franchising the Good Burger restaurant, having different Good Burger restaurants pop up in different cities, different parts of the world, sort of devalues and dilutes its charm of having one Good Burger, especially if the franchise is in the wrong hands. And how it references itself as a sequel, as potentially part of a franchise to a movie that existed by itself in its own time, but because the right people handled it, the integrity and the charm of the original movie isn't devalued or diluted, if that makes sense. On my stream, again, allegedly, in my Kenan and Kel breakdown video, I said that if 10 years ago, 15 years ago, someone asked me if Kenan and Kel were going to get together to do Good Burger 2, I would have said probably not, because around that time, Kenan and Kel weren't even on speaking terms and they hadn't been seen together since 2005. So to see this actually happen really meant a lot to me and a lot of other people who love seeing Kenan and Kel together and better than ever. Overall, I would give this movie a solid
3 out of 10 for sure, you know?